So I've been thinking deeply about how and why life is often unfair for many of us. And if you know from watching some of my recent videos, I am currently in nursing school. So last week I finished my OB rotation. And as part of my OB rotation, I was working in the labor and delivery unit of a nearby hospital. And last week, one of the patients in the labor and delivery unit who has an autoimmune condition lost her baby. And she was such a sweet woman, such a nice and kind individual from what I knew of her from interacting with her. And I thought about how unfair it is that some people try so hard to have children, but they can't. And often these people are good people. And meanwhile, there are a lot of people in the world who don't really deserve to be parents because of various factors that make them not so good parents. And yet, they have a really easy time having children. And I thought about how that is an example of unfairness in this world. And we don't really know why things like this happen, but there is a reason for it, and only God knows the reason, or whoever you believe in, whatever higher power you believe in, knows the reason. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because that got me thinking about Ecclesiastes. So I'll go ahead and read chapter 4 from the book of Ecclesiastes aloud to you now. Here it goes. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors there was power, but they had no comforter. Wherefore I praised the dead which are already dead, more than the living which are yet alive. Yea, better is he than both they, which hath not yet been, who hath not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. Again I considered all travail, and every right work, that for this a man is envied of his neighbor. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. The fool foldeth his hands together, and eateth his own flesh. Better is an handful with quietness, than both the hands full with travail and vexation of spirit. Then I returned, and I saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he hath neither child nor brother. Yet is there no end of all his labor, neither is his eye satisfied with riches. Neither saith he, For whom do I labor, and bereave my soul of good? This is also vanity, yea, it is a sore travail. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Better is a poor and a wise child than an old and foolish king, who will no more be admonished. For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor. I considered all the living which walk under the sun, with the second child that shall stand up in his stead. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. So that is chapter 4 from the book of Ecclesiastes in the King James Version of the Bible. And I'm going to go ahead as usual and write my reflection about this in the caption below this video. I hope that you've taken away something valuable from my reading of this chapter. And as I promised, I'm going to continue reading all of the chapters of Ecclesiastes in future videos soon. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to and/or watch my video today. It means a lot to me. And with that, I'd like to wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.